What's on, faithfuls? We're back. Hell yeah, we're back. And of course, we are on the Faithful Empire. That's powered by the Red and Gold 24/7. All right. Happy to be back to this. I know it's been a while since we've been on this, but I do have special guests coming in. And I shouldn't say special guest. He is part of this whole thing no matter what. So I shouldn't even say that. Reverse those words, man. All right. Don't worry about the words. But yeah. Basically, if it's your first time here, please hit the like and subscribe button and turn on all notifications, all right? And, of course, we are live on all major platforms, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch and Facebook, all right? So, basically, to get everything going, let me see if I get this thing going. Here we go. Boom. And before I bring anybody in, I'm going to do my plugs real quick. Convo with Mavocado, that's his Twitter handle, all right? Go to Times, Tuesday nights on YouTube IG, all right? And, of course, That Night of Life with Coach Ron. Go to Times on Monday nights, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitter. And, of course, Drewski is still coming, though. Take some time. BySD Podcast. Drewski. That's what we call him, Drewski, but his name is Drew. So, but that's his Twitter handle. All right. Of course, my guys, G and Mikey, that's his Twitter handle. Of course, TJ, that's his Twitter handle. Of course, Nick Kingsman Welsh, that's his Twitter handle. And he won't be here today. He's still moving out of his apartment, and he's got a new apartment. I'm sure he'll be explaining to everybody what it's about. I'm sure you'll be seeing on Twitter and all pictures he's been doing. So, yeah, he's moving out to another place. So I'm glad for him. Happy for him. I really am. So, and he says it's much cheaper, too, he said. So, and, of course, the 49er Fit for UK, Paul Hope, Club 85. And, of course, shout out Denise, Gavin, and, of course, Sean. All right. And Ashley. There you go. All right. And I'm going to give a shout out to Nick Cork. That's his Shank Club NFL, his Twitter handle, times, and day and night. He didn't do it this weekend, so I don't know what's going on with him. Hope he's okay, though. So, all right. Now, that kills that out. Now, of course, he's part of this whole thing no matter what. I want to bring him in. Paul the Hope. Love you do that. So what's up, Paul? What's going on, man? How you been?
Not bad, Ryan. Yeah, I've been away recently. So for those of you who follow me on social media,
you can tell everybody. You can tell everybody if you where you want.
I've had some family commitments. You may have seen I've been down in London celebrating Tracy's 40th. So flying the 49er Faithful UK flag. Just explaining to Ryan off air yesterday. I was down in Sheffield, which is about a 90-minute drive away from my house at a flag football tournament. Obviously, I was repping the 49ers, Ryan. Got chatting to a couple of opposing players from other teams. And, yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to come on tonight, Ryan, and talk about actual football. Me and you have got football to talk about. But before we get started on that, Ryan has forgot to tell everybody that today is his birthday. So happy 21st birthday, Ryan.
Don't do that. No. I don't want the flag on me. I don't want no freaking flag. No white on me. At least I'm going to do my, of course I'm going to do my witch walk, though. Don't want to put it on so I can see myself better.
Got to,
I ain't worried about it. It's just in her age, all it is. Just in her age. That's all it is.
Well, to be honest,
that's all it is.
I was going to rock my new 97 Bosa tonight and Chris 97, but I know you wear a Bosa jersey normally, so I just went for the plain 49ers, but great for Mariah to tune in. What's up, Mariah? Great for you to join us.
How you doing, girl? Yeah, it's just her birthday, that's all it is. Her year, get older. That's all you do.
Any Niners gear? And anything that you wanted to... Yes.
Doing my red and gold. My red and gold. I decided to give. I wore Bosa yesterday during the whole game. So, or not the whole game, but at least till halftime. I mean, it wasn't no starters. It was just mostly all backups. But I know we're going to touch up on the players and reactions on stuff. That's basically what we're going to talk about. And at least about an hour or so. So, what's up, Pamela, Ryan and Paul. Oh, yeah. Where we do it.
Dynamic duo. There's only the two of us tonight, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Maria. Yeah, she sounds to Maria. She is Maria. Loves how you girls in here. No problem. All women are welcome, no matter what. So, yeah. Let me see here. I know for a fact that we touched up when you're in London, and did you have a good time? Was it a good time
Yeah,
with your family and all?
yeah, it was Tracy's 40th, so it was on her
Yeah.
bucket list to go down to London and watch a London show. And then on the
Hmm.
Friday, I was rocking Club 85, my resident
Yeah.
hat, the 49 Faithful UK flag. So that was all good. And
Oh, speaking of that, Ryan, mine was yesterday. Happy birthday! Dang,
Leo,
everybody's in August. Everybody's in August. Everybody we know is in August. August
yeah,
10th,
man.
Paul. Jeez,
Yeah.
everybody's in August.
So in our
Drew
house, Ryan, Trace,
Drewski,
yeah.
Drewski from Red and Gold is today too. His birthday is today.
So in our
Yes.
house, Tracy's is the
Mhm.
7th and mine's the 10th, and Tracy's
Wow.
is the 9th. So it's always a family occasion. So I have been possibly the last 2 weeks not as tuned into all the content creators as I like to have been. I've kept my eye, and I didn't watch the game live last night because I think it was just after midnight it started. But the
Mhm.
great thing with Game Pass in the UK, Ryan, is you can watch the game in 40. So I watched the game in 40 this morning. I've watched the highlights. I've jumped on Twitter. I've
Oh
seen
yeah.
the bits and pieces. So there was no surprises for me. I didn't expect to see the starters. We recorded the 49er Faithful UK pod on Thursday, and I was asked which player I wanted to see more of, and I said Jordan Mason. So watching the game back this morning, Ryan, I was quite pleased to see my boy Jordan balling out. I know we're going
Jordan
to touch
Mason.
upon other
Hmm.
stuff, but it didn't start well, did it, mate? It wasn't a great performance to start with.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, happy birthday to you, man. Happy birthday to you, girl. Okay, we're all Leos here. We're all Leos. So yeah. So happy birthday to Tracy. Hope you guys had a great time, and of course the whole family, the daughters, and everything. And I saw all the pictures. They're wonderful pictures. They are, man. They're wonderful pictures. Beautiful pictures. Hey, man. You know me. Family comes first. That's me. You hear my daughters, my kids in the background, my son, of course. But now, since we got the family stuff out of the way, let's talk about some football. Now,
Football, baby.
what I got from the presser from Shanahan after the game was over is when he talked about the injuries. There was only two. Two. Hopefully, we keep that to zero next week. Hopefully. But hey, it's football and anything goes, anything can happen, But do you remember who the names he said they were injured? I forget what they were though. Off my
No,
head.
I haven't caught
Yeah.
his press conference after. I've just watched the game.
Yeah.
As I said to you off air, we're away on a family holiday tomorrow. So
I got
for
you.
everyone
I got you.
watching, we're going to chuckle. I've promised a phone-free week to Tracy Ryan. So
Hmm.
tomorrow, when I get to the Lake District in the UK, my phone's getting switched off for about 4 days. So when I switch that phone back on, my God, the notifications are going to be through the roof. So I had time to catch the game today. I didn't see who was injured as such. Hopefully, people might jump in the comments and let us know, or you might be able to find it up on your screen there.
The injuries.
Yeah.
Um. Oh God. I know for a fact if I go to 49ers website, I don't know if they'll tell me or not. It's the problem. Of course, I can mess it up.
So while you're looking for that, for me,
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
again, the score doesn't matter to me. I woke up this morning, not bothered whether we win or lose in pre-season. You just want to see people get a chance. You want to see the team play well. It didn't start great for us offensively, but it got better. And like you said, it reveals plenty for Shanahan, I think, last night. He saw Jordan Mason ball out. The offensive line looked to be playing well. Our defense is stacked. I mean, we already knew that anyway, but to see Kinlaw ball out, Bosa's itching to have a 20-sack season. I don't know if you've saw Bosa signing his autographs with his name, and then underneath 20. Apparently, he's focusing on 20 sacks for the season, which, more every 49er fan would take that at this moment in time. But I thought we were going to look at some of the other players. I mean, I don't know how you felt, but Drake Jackson last night for me, Ryan, he stood out. I mean, obviously he was our top pick out of this year's draft. he seemed to pick up an injury against Green Bay. I think he had a stinger on his shoulder, which was a little bit of a worry. But once again, I mean, he just collapses that pocket, doesn't he? He's got raw athleticism, easy for me to say. He was outpowering their second and third string at ease last night. And if you're going to have Bosa on one end of the line and him on the other, coming round after that quarterback, it's going to be a beautiful sight for all 49ers fans.
Yeah, sorry about that. I put it on mute because I know my daughter's in the background of her tablet. I don't want to annoy you guys with it. So I'm trying to look for the injuries. We're on an injury report, but I don't see nothing on here on the 49ers website. That's the problem.
See, when you watch the game back in 40, the difficulty is like it just shows you all the snaps. So I have watched the game.
Well, I could play the highlight if you want me to, but I don't know if you want me to or not. So it's up to you.
It's up to different people. Like you said, it's I mean, what? We're two.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, August birthdays, man.
All birthdays are coming through. Thank you.
We're not doing what Breezy and Peachy do, though, Ryan. I'm not singing happy birthday because as an Englishman, I do not need Simon Cowell to tell me that I can't sing. I am tone deaf as the best of them. So I will leave this happy birthday singing to Breezy. But on that note, I know it's Peachy's birthday today as well. I've seen that.
Oh, Peachy's day birthday too? Peachy?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Peachy. If you're watching or you watch it later on, happy birthday to you, girl.
But yeah, there's no way, Mariah, that I'm subjecting you to my singing voice. So I'll leave that with just sending the birthday wishes. It's all love. But Ryan might have a better voice than me. I don't know. If you want him to sing happy birthday, just
I know for a fact that Coach Ron calls me a bear. So he calls me a bear, big old bear. So
well, the OG stands for old gangster, doesn't it, Ryan? You were telling me
I'm not a gangster. I'm not a gangster.
Listening to Eminem.
It stands for old giant. So you know, guys know old giant. So I'm older than all the guys on the podcast. So
I channel my inner gangster, Ryan, when I'm washing up and I've got my AirPods in and I'm listening to my 90s hip hop and my 90s rap. And, you know, that's as bad boy as it gets when you're doing household chores, the ironing, the washing up, doing the school runs. But I'm no more of a gangster than you are, mate. I just thought
that would give me a chill down my spine if Breezy actually sung me a happy birthday. That would give me chills. It would. I'd be honored.
When he did that for Ruby, it was amazing. Man. They gave me a birthday shout out.
I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I'd be crying or I'd be happy. I don't know. I'd be backward forth for me. But,
to be honest, Ryan, I got quite a lot of attention on my birthday off the content creators, and it's quite humbling as a guy in the UK who's just a fan yourself, being given me the opportunity. And on my actual birthday, to get the amount of love that I got from yourself, Breezy, Crystal, Jason Aponte, Eric Crocker, you know, everyone was reaching out. And I still kind of have to pinch myself a little bit because, you know, I'm sat over here, over the pond in England, talking about the team that I love. And it just shows that people are tuning in, people are listening, people want to hear myself talk to the likes of you. So it's all good, man. But yeah, Breezy does sing a great happy birthday. So I'll leave that to him, Ryan.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I might have another person coming in. But the time is, it's all good though. But now I know I forget what the injuries were, but they were actually second stringers or third stringers anyway. So I'm sure they're probably the stingers. But what are your overreactions to the game so far, or the last 2 weeks, I should say? Last 2 weeks. What do you think so far?
No. When you say overreactions, Danny Gray is looking everything the superstar that we hope he can be. You know, he's got that speed, he's got that deep threat, he's got that connection with Trey Lance. And I'm not just talking about the games, Ryan. I was coming back on the train from Newcastle on Wednesday with Tracy, sneakily watching highlights of the practice in my pocket. And you see Danny Gray burn past Patrick Peterson with another 70-yard bomb from Trey Lance. Obviously, the touchdown against Green Bay. The touchdown last night, so an instant overreaction is Danny Gray's looking good. Jordan Mason, he's someone I've been banging a drum for on this side of the pond. He looked brilliant last night in the carries that he got. So you'd like to hope that maybe he can make the roster. I've seen some sneaky talk, Ryan, that maybe Jeff Wilson could be the odd man out. He could be someone we look to trade. Jordan Mason may take his place on the roster.
That'd be a big surprise. If Jordan Mason took over JWJ, that'd be a big surprise to me. It would.
when we did the first roster cuts and we got rid of Denard, and everyone was a little bit worried, and then Samuel Womack balled out against Green Bay. Now, obviously, Lee Gowland, my good friend, president of the 49er Faithful UK, announced that pick. So we're tied to Samuel Womack on this side of the pond. So to see him ball out was epic. But Lenore had a great game last night. So he's another young cornerback that Sean Wild Kyle Shanahan has probably got rid of Denard because we've gone cheaper and younger at cornerback. And whilst Womack does continue to impress for me, Lenore was the better out of the two last night. So I was quite impressed by that. Castro Fields, he's looking out of his depth. He's looking like maybe he might not make the roster, which obviously a lot of people were quite high on him coming into training camp and stuff. But Trey Sermon's a bit of a worry for me. High last year, 3rd round. Really hoped he could show what he could. But instant overreaction is Danny Gray is going to be the superstar that we want. So what about you? What's your overreaction at the moment?
Yeah, I was just listening to the presser for a second. So I hope we don't get flagged for our show, but I was listening to Shanny. Oh God, I never forget his name was now. But he had a hamstring. One was a hamstring, and the other one was oh God, what was it now? I can't remember off my head now. But one was a hamstring, and I forget what the other one was. But I was just watching the part of the presser while you were talking, listening to it, see what the injuries were. There are only 2 injuries, thank God. But
yeah, that's what you need. I mean, I know during Green Bay we had a couple of injuries, and you said it before. You know, that's why I was relieved to see the likes of Trey Lance, Debo, George Kittle not play last night. We don't need to see them. We need to keep them ready for week 1. Javarius Ward, obviously, he was a bit of a worry because he's picked up a slight hamstring, I think it is, but he should be ready for week 1. But the NFL, it's a contact sport, Ryan. You're going to pick up injuries. It's why number 10 is still on the roster, because if an injury goes down somewhere down the line, and obviously we're not going to spend too long talking about that. But I think as well, that when you said overreaction, one thing I'm slightly worried about is the penalties. I mean, against Green Bay, it wasn't horrible, but I think we had about 6 or 7 penalties for 44 yards.
Them false starts were ridiculous. You know, I'll explain that in a little bit, but I'm gonna bring in a new guy brought in last night the first time. It's actually the very first podcast who's actually in. I was honored to have him on here. So I'm gonna bring in Dan. Hey, Dan, bud. What's up?
How you guys doing?
It's Paul, meet Dan, Dan, meet Paul. Paul is from the United Kingdom, so he's from the UK. So, and I made this show especially for the UK gentleman, him and Nick Welsh. Awesome. So that's the reason why it's basically an honor to have Paul back on here with me and have this going with him again. And I'm honored. Thank you very much, D, for coming on in here and doing your thing that you did yesterday and coming on in here again today. Thanks for that, man. Thank you.
No thanks for having me. Great to meet you. Great to meet you, Paul. Great to unite with more 49er faithful,
Everyone loves you, Paul. Of course, we all love Paul, man, no matter what. Rubes, of course. Tracy, we all love them. We do. Awesome. So it's all love here. It's all it is. It's all love. And of course, Wayne, he's actually watching. Oh my God, no way. Thanks, Breezy, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's an honor, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
What up, Wayne?
Is today your birthday? Yes, today's my birthday. Today's my birthday, yeah. Don't
happy birthday.
Don't make me cry. Don't make me cry.
21 today is 21.
I'm not 21. But thank you, Breezy. Thanks, Bud. Thank you, man. Donna, really thank you, man. All right. And of course, speak of the devil. I don't know who she's talking about. I don't know if she's talking about Breezy or who. So
I think about Breezy. But
there he is. Happy birthday. Thank you, Breezy.
I'm loving that hoodie, by the way. That hoodie
made me cry.
Awesome.
Right? Dude, eBay gold.
Yeah.
Gotta hop on. It's actually a little smaller than I'd like. I thought it was an adult large. But luckily I've been running. So it's all right. I might give it to my sister, but thank you. I love it too. It's got that. It's more of a muted gold. I like the new satin jackets. There's a little too much yellow in them for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But
eBay is our friend in the UK, so obviously whenever you see anyone else in the UK repping 49ers gear, you've got to go straight over. So I was just saying before you jumped on, I was at a flag football tournament yesterday in Sheffield, which is about 90 minutes away from my house. Obviously, I had my 49ers gear, had the flag, and two of the opposing teams were like 49er fans. So it was like, come over, photo with the flag, talking football. And on the team I'm registered for, but can't play yet because obviously I was injured, there's 3 Seahawks fans. So as you can imagine, they were fuming yesterday when the 3 49er fans were getting together and we were talking about football. And,
Even better.
So as you can imagine, they are crying as bad as you would hope they were going to cry, especially when they've got to face Geno Smith or Drew Lock at quarterback. So, but no, it's good to have you on, man. Thanks for joining us.
No, thanks for having me. You remind me of a story the other day. I was grabbing coffee during my break at work, and there's another building. I know the employees there, and they're Niner fans, and I just was like, "Hey, go Niners!" And some random pedestrian was walking, and he thought I was talking to him, and he's like, "Go Niners!" I was like, "Wasn't talking to you, but that's what I'm talking about." You know, it's football's got it's a great unifier, especially when you're winning.
Yeah, but especially in the UK as well, obviously, a bit of background because the first time we've met, I'm only a 49ers fan. I don't watch any Premier League. I don't watch any other sport. I dipped my toe in the water with NBA this year, but I am first and foremost a 49ers fan. I watch all the awesome content creators that we've got, I watch all the shows. I believe that I'm well versed in what we talk about. And I didn't stay up for the game last night because it was about 1 a.m. here, but it's only pre-season. But when the regular season kicks in, my long-suffering other half, she knows that my whole social calendar, work days, around. I never miss a live game. I mean, even the championship game this year, it was the day I ruptured my Achilles on the morning. And the first thing I said at the accident emergency room was, "How long am I going to be here? We've got a game at 11 o'clock tonight." Yeah. So I was back home. I think it was still
room with the TV.
Yeah, I think it was still more painful losing that game to the Rams than it was having the injury. But back on my feet now, and hopefully by the end of October, I'll finally get to play a game of football. But like you were saying, football's a great leveler. So yesterday, 2 guys I'd never met before were now good friends, added me on Instagram, Twitter, social media. They're coming down to week 1. We're having a meet up in Leeds. So the 49er Faithful UK, we're having our own meet up. We're taking over a sports bar against the Bears. There'll be about 50 to 100 49ers fans from around the UK in this one venue watching football.
Very cool.
So, man.
Very cool.
So watch out for it on social media because we will be taking over, as Ryan knows. I do like to share on Twitter.
Love it. Love it. I'll be checking it out for sure.
Thanks a lot, Brian Klupp. Thanks a lot, man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much, really. Thank you. And thank you very much for all your birthday wishes. And it's really an honor, it really is, to have you on here. I never thought my birthday would be this big for me today. But I'm happy for it. I really am. Thank you very much. So
happy birthday.
Thanks, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Credit to you, Ryan. You shout everybody else out. You put together this show. You're big in the community. You're well liked. You're very active. So you sat there now, surprised. I asked about your birthday a couple of hours ago on Twitter, and I said to Tracy, I'm going to have to mention it on tonight's show because Ryan's going to shout out for everybody else. And then before we went live, he was like, no, don't mention it. Don't mention it. And I thought, I'm not letting him get away with this.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it would be that big a deal because this new year I get older, that's all I do. I'm not having a birthday cake or nothing. My wife's going to make me a birthday dinner tomorrow night. So
nice.
Yeah. And yes, if you're wondering what it is, it's going to be shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's my mom's favorite dinner. She loves shepherd's pie. So I say, you know what? Make grandma her favorite dinner. That'd be my birthday dinner. There you go. Makes everybody happy.
I don't look it, but I'm half Irish. So
half Irish?
Well,
really?
Genetically the dominant. My father. But love shepherd's pie. Ireland's like one and only entree. Love it.
Wow, you're damn. My wife's full Irish. She's full awesome. Irish. She's Czechoslovakian too. Czechoslovakian.
Wow, we're from Sligo.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, I'm a mutt. That's the thing. I'll tell you a little about myself, Paul. 6th generation San Franciscan. Big Niners fans. Like I told Ryan yesterday, my grandparents were actually good friends and neighbors with the Morabitos who started the 49ers. So we're just true diehards. We love our football. My grandma used to watch football on mute because she didn't like Madden. Her cousin played for the Bears. So, like, for us, it's chess
Yeah.
with tackling. You know, we love it. So,
No, that's, I mean, like
About
you
it.
said, I've got 3 girls, 9, 12, and 15. And when the season starts, 6 o'clock UK time, it starts over here. And I take over the front room. I have 2 TVs set up. I watch all the games. They know what the NFL symbol is when we're out and about, if they see someone else in an NFL jersey. And the way you've described it there, like a game of chess, I like all aspects of the NFL. I like the fact the clock management. I like the fact that you've got to manage your roster, the salary cap. And over here, there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, you watch that daft American football," but once you explain the intricacies to them, and you get to know, yes, we're celebrating sacking the quarterback on 3rd and long, or yes, 4th down, we've made an amazing play. Because when I first got into the game, I didn't understand why defenders would be celebrating in the middle of the field, and then you get to understand it, and you get to understand the clock management. And like I said, me and my family were all 49ers fans. Everywhere I go, I'm always repping something 49ers, whether it's a keyring, whether it's a hat, whether it's a T-shirt.
Love it.
Honestly, even if it's just my wallet. So I'm always got something on me that's
Flying
San
your-
Francisco 49ers.
Find your colors.
Yeah, definitely, man. That's
Awesome.
why when you come on, I was like, that hoodie looks awesome.
Yeah.
I've got to mention it.
Right on. eBay. I hate to say it, some of the Niner stuff, the gear, they could take a look. The most coveted item I think ever created by the 49ers, I don't think it was sold, but me and my good friend Bonte Hill, he's on the radio here locally. He we talk about it. The North Face had this cream and black jacket for the sideline that Bill Walsh would wear. So it was like a 49er emblem, SF, and the North Face. So yeah, I mean, there's certain things. I love the 80s look. Obviously when they went to the maroon, things were a little not as coveted. But yeah, man, eBay gold. Check it out.
Yeah. Well, I'm easy to buy for, like Ryan was saying, his birthday. So it was Father's Day in the UK in June. And Tracy, my partner, normally asks for ideas. She never asks for any idea at all. And then on Father's Day, I got this box. And when I opened it, it was a Colin Kaepernick bobblehead, which he'd gone on eBay and found. I mean, Colin Kaepernick was my first love in the NFL. He was my first jersey. He's a big reason of why I'm a 49ers fan. Got into the game when he first took over.
Yeah.
So, ironically, I mentioned the week 1 against the Bears. The reason I'm a 49ers fan is we played the Bears on a Monday night, Kaepernick's first start. And I worked with a colleague who was a Bears fan. And I thought, I can't support the same team as the colleague. And then obviously Kaepernick was awesome that night. And I was hooked. And as I say, you never look back. And it's just a shame I've had to suffer the 2 Super Bowl losses that I've suffered. But I'm fingers crossed.
Man, I'm also so big on Cap to the point where I played a little quarterback growing up, and I was just thinking about how could we restructure him. I literally thought we should put clear panes so he'd be forced to arc his pass. It's like make dudes run routes, put a clear pane, and force him to loft the ball, like because he relied. They told him apparently they said just throw it to an area. He was never very refined as a quarterback, but he did have the talent, which it seems like Lance, I don't want to compare them, but Lance also has intangibles you can't coach. That's just God-given ability. But it seems like he has understood the nuance. Also, your father, having some NFL experience probably helps. But Lance really has Lance seems to really learn quickly. And he doesn't seem to take steps backwards much.
No, he has impressed Trey Lance. He's impressed off the field. He's impressed at the training camps. He's impressed at the press conference. You're at every step. And you've got to remember, he's only 22 years of age. I mean, Christ, I'm 42. When I was at a flag football tournament yesterday, trying to get into the game.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, my God, the things I have to learn yet. This kid's going to be he is QB1 of the most iconic franchise in the NFL. And he's handling it. He's a good role model. He's a good leader. I mean, even things like, I don't know if you saw the joint practices where he brought all his high school out in Minnesota and he was posing for photographs. And
saw a clip of that. But I mean, I don't want to compare too early or anything. I told a friend too, I love his parents. His parents seem like really good people, which I think really has instilled confidence that he needs to have as far as when it comes down to it. He knows it's on him. but he seems to be very confident in his ability. And yeah, dude, I couldn't imagine, even if you're Babe Ruth, Barry Bonds today, the media itself is a whole different sport, you know. So he seems to be very calm under pressure, which is what you want to that's what you want to feel. That should translate. If you're cool and calm on an NFL football field, I mean, you might have been able to be a surgeon.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you said that about the media. Like, I'm fortunate in some regards in the UK. Obviously, the English Premier League is the king. So on all our sports channels, you have to really look for the NFL stuff. But in the modern age of being able to do shows like this, I'm tuned into all the content creators. I listen to more of the content creators than I do the beat writers. So, you've got your Wayne Breezy who's in the comments, Jason Aponte, the likes of Mariah doing all the podcasts, Brad Graham, who they're at training camp. So when I'm talking to people over here who are not 49ers fans and they're saying, oh, Trey Lance is a bust and he's not doing this, and you're like, yeah, but the people I'm watching are at training camp. So where are you basing that information from? I'm getting it from good authority. Yeah. So that's why I'm relaxed. And, Brad Graham has been someone I've started following in the last year. His breakdowns on the offensive line.
Oh, he's doing a tremendous job.
So he gives me the confidence when I do the 49er Faithful UK show, and they say, oh, why are you not worried about the offensive line, Paul? And I'm like, well, there's this guy called Brad Graham who knows more than me. He watches more tape than me. If he's not worried, I'm not worried. But
you have a very strong 49er cabinet.
Yeah. Oh, we've got our content creators are great. Our fan base is great. Like I say, I'm part of the 49er Faithful UK. We've got about 4,000 followers on Twitter. We've got about 2,000 in the Facebook group. We have meetups every year. The 3 Seahawks fans I mentioned yesterday, they were saying to me, that's unreal that your group is as big as it is. There's nothing like that over here in the UK unless you're a 49ers fan. And then you jump on social media and you see the following we've got on Twitter, and you see the connection both sides of the pond have got. And it's just great to see, and it makes it easier to support the team, really.
Oh, I'm sure. I didn't know that following, and I'm sure it's only going to get stronger, Yeah, we definitely have to figure out some kind of meetup or something when the Niners play in London the next time,
Oh, definitely. I mean, I am hoping to get out the States, so you probably have missed it, but Lee Gowland, who's my friend, who's the president of the 49er Faithful UK, me and him were invited by the 49ers to Vegas for the draft.
Amazing.
Literally like 3 months into my recovery from a ruptured Achilles, so I couldn't fly. So sadly, I couldn't go. Lee went with another colleague from the group, and Lee was able to announce the Samuel Womack pick. So that just shows you how big the 49ers think of us as a community. That they let our president go on the stage and announce Samuel Womack's pick. So there's already 3 Samuel Womack jerseys in the group. People have bought. Hey. Let's Talk Sports, which I'm part of, is doing a free Samuel Womack giveaway. So if you want to jump on Twitter and see details for that. So Womack, we've got high hopes for him, man.
I know it's very serendipitous right there.
Womack,
like the standout.
26.
He looks like he's been playing in the league for like 3 years. He's just ready. He knows where to step up and fill in the play, no matter his position. He'll break. He identifies immediately, and he's just a missile. Love it.
Well, that second pick against Green Bay, like you said, the first one was impressive because he continued the play. He wrestled it from the receiver. But that second one, when you watch it slowed down, he just spots that ball, gets it, and goes.
Yeah.
And another thing that he's impressed me with is his character as well. It looks like the 49ers do really well at scouting players with good character, of looking at his background. I think fifth round steal. I mean, if he's half George Kittle, my boy at Club 85, then we've got a hell of a player. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I loved how he jumped in front of that pass. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I watched over the replay every time. He looked at an eyeball on that freaking quarterback when he threw that ball. He jumped right in front of that guy, that wide receiver.
Our defense, Ryan, obviously everyone's focusing on the front 7. They're looking at Bosa, they're looking at Jackson, they're looking at Armstead. If we can add people behind them who can intercept the ball, that's going to give offensive coordinators an absolute headache, because if they're going to try and get the ball out quick to try and negate the rush, but then they've got like Javarius Ward, Womack, Lenore behind who are going to be able to cover that and turn the ball over. It's just going to be. I mean, our defense has got me excited this year. 100%.
That's the thing. That's why our defense is really designed for speed, because we're hoping that our line creates that pressure where we have a lot of downhill breaking on the ball. Less um hopefully, they're not going to be able to have the time to take a deep shot. And if they do, they better get it out quick. And when if you're going to get out quick, you have to have more loft and lob, which allows the defense to recover. So, yeah, I mean, we definitely by design have guys who like Ward. He has great hands for a defender.
Yeah.
He seems to high point his interceptions, and I love that. We haven't had a guy like that since, I hate to say it, but like a Dion, or because it's one thing to be a good defender and be in the right place and break up passes. It's another thing to look like an offensive player on defense when you literally time the ball better than the receiver. So I love that. And yeah, you're right. I'm really looking for, as long as again they stay healthy. And this defense, if Kinlaw, I shouldn't say if, he's going to be sturdy, stable, legit. But if he takes the next step where, oh no, we have to double team him, and then you have Bosa, like, no, they're going to need the rest to start blocking, So good luck. It's going to be a feeding frenzy for that defensive backcourt. I guess yesterday they were saying they want to call us Pick City, which I actually love and surprised I haven't heard before. But yeah.
But it's
Looking good.
Right back, guys. Right back. Right back.
Okay, it's like Drake Jackson. We don't need him to be an every down starter because of the people you mentioned there, and he's looked good in training camp. And I think for us the excitement's building because it's Trey Lance's first season. Pre-season seems to be going well. I know Ryan's trying to be a little bit more unbiased, for want of a better word. He's trying not to buy in the hype, but every team around the NFL thinks it's their year. And at this time of the season, why not? You've got to get excited.
Have to. That's everyone's got a puncher's chance right now for sure. And
you
Tom
mentioned Ward earlier. You mentioned Ward when we first picked him up. I've seen a few people unhappy that we hadn't gone for the elite at cornerback, but we were never going to spend $20 to $25 million in that position. And when we picked Ward up, me and Ryan do a show on a Saturday afternoon, Shank Club. And Mr. Smug is a Kansas City Chiefs fan, and he was like, "You've got yourselves a player. He was really good for us last year." Then you go away, don't you? You sign someone, you go on YouTube, you watch the tape, you watch the footage, and again, he's another one. He's impressed me with the way he spoke at the press conferences, the way he spoke at training camp. It sounds as if he's going to be all right for week one. Jimmy Ward, I've always been quite high on Jimmy Ward. There's a few people on this side of the pond not massive fans of Jimmy Ward. I'm not quite sure why. But we've got all the pieces in place, man.
It's sad. I feel like the 49er franchise, maybe because we're based in Silicon Valley. We have a lot of our fans on social media. And there are certain narratives that become dominant that really are not true. And I feel like you do have a lot of fans who kind of fall into that, who maybe don't know the game as well. Because Ward is a character. He's a personality, and he backs up his talk. And especially in a game like that, when you have that kind of confidence, there's a reason. And if you don't see guys who say things that he does who last long, he's there for a reason. He's legit. It's great. I was going to call him the interception ward, the wards we had. But, at the end of the day, again, it comes back to staying healthy, and we're deep. We're deep. If everyone ends up pretty much healthy too, we're deeper than 2019.
Yeah, I've heard vibes. Before you jumped on, Ryan asked me for an overreaction from last night's last two performances. So Danny Gray and Jordan Mason are two I'm quite high on. So what about your thoughts on the last two games? What's your instant overreaction, for want of a better word?
Go for it, Ryan.
My overreaction on it is a great thing because we're actually watching ourselves grow better with each other. Even off the offensive line, even how bad they're getting. My thing was, I was talking to myself as I was driving home today. And I was thinking what I could talk about, and I thought about the offensive line because I know the offensive line was getting beat up badly in the practices, in OTAs and all that. So we had to realize that they're all rookies. mostly on that line. They're going to have to get used from college to the NFL level. And once they do that, they bring in, get more reps, get used to the NFL level. I have a feeling this offensive line might grow better. And if it grows better, we're going to get better at protection. And hopefully we can stop those defenders and then have more time for the quarterback to be in that pocket. And it breaks down, and hopefully we'll have a run out, hopefully. So, what's up, Sean? What's up, Sean?
What up?
Sorry. I don't know if you know Sean Paul. And Paul, that's Sean. That's Paul from UK. Okay.
I would say my
Paul
major.
Hey, what up?
What up, bro?
Yeah, we're just talking about
that.
our takes and overreactions from the last two games. Actually,
I have one take, and I'd say it's probably an overreaction, but potentially it's not. That non-call on second down in the goal line, was it the second quarter or third quarter? Second quarter maybe, or third quarter, 9 minutes left, when they didn't call the encroachment and we fumbled the ball, the handoff.
Yeah.
These referees, when it becomes a judgment call, like the term is encroachment. Like the fact that he even made contact, I mean, he literally is defining the word. And the fact that we can't even challenge that worries me a bit.
Yeah.
Because you never know the situation, and someone could Pete Carroll and take advantage and purposely, maybe it's, I don't know, they're going to score, it's third and goal, second and goal, but you don't want the clock to move. You start doing that kind of stuff and potentially trying to create a bad snap or fumble without getting the call. So I would just like the NFL to at least maybe give the option to have, maybe it's the same challenge rules apply, or maybe you get one different challenge and maybe it's more detrimental if you don't pull it off. But the fact that you can't have a say in something that's blatant really hurts the product across the board.
Sean, what do you got, bud? You're on mute.
Yeah, I'm coming. Sorry, man.
I got you, bud. I got you.
Listen, I think kind of like a la the first preseason game, I think a lot of our youth showed up. I think, we flashed a lot of speed on the field. The quarterbacks had some nice plays. They had some shaky ones. I don't know if it was because of the injury. Sermon still didn't look too great, but Hasty and Mason did. So that's obviously something to watch going into the last preseason game. I think the coaching staff has a good problem on their hands with the running back situation, but I think also an interesting one because, I don't know what we're going to do. He was a third-round pick, so, we'll see. But other than that, I think like I was saying last night, it's always impressive, preseason or not, if you can hold the team to not a lot of points. So the defense seems to be really on track to be good, special this year. Let's see if we can keep it up. We have depth there, which is good to see, considering we already have injuries in the secondary. So, man, overall, I was okay with it being the second preseason game. Cool that we won. And now let's just go play the third one and come out healthy and go take care of the Bears.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Gotcha. Hey, Paul, what are your takes on it, bud?
Well, I agree with the two fine gents who've joined. It's pre-season. I never put too much stock into it. You just want to see certain players on the edge of the roster. So I was saying, Sean, before you jumped on, Jordan Mason was one that I was hoping would get some reps last night. And you're right, it's a good problem to have, isn't it? We're deep at running back, we're deep at defence. Wide receiver, slightly worried about Jennings. He's obviously dropped a couple of passes in training camp from what I've seen. Didn't do great last night. But again, pre-season, you try not to overthink it too much. But Ryan, I'm excited for the season, man. How can you not be excited being a 49ers fan at this time? Look how we're playing.
Yeah, that's what we were saying last night. It's true.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I really am. I know all of us are. Now,
put it this way, Ryan. I live across the road from a Rams fan, so I have to look at that Super Bowl winning flag every time I look out my window. Fair play to him. He's got the hat. He's got the hoodie. I'd never seen him wear a jersey until a few months ago, and now all of a sudden he's got the Rams jersey on every day. So,
of course, yeah, of course.
I need to bring him down a peg or two. I'm telling you.
Oh, hey, and Paul. Speaking of hat, man, I like your taste, bud. I like your taste.
I'm a residency man, Sean. I've been flying the flag for residency. So before Ryan jumps in, I managed to win this beauty from Javier Vega, red and gold.
Yeah, cool. That's cool.
And fair play to him. I don't think he realised I was a UK gent, so the shipping must have cost him as much as the hat. I then bought the black Santa Clara one with the red logo, purely because Deebo Samuel wore it. And as soon as I saw Deebo wearing it and Trent Williams, so I've got 2 residency. I'd have more, but the shipping costs more than the hats from the States. So that's the only thing.
Got to buy in bulk.
That's awesome, man. That's cool. No, they're cool hats, man. Yeah, I remember when they first came out, and I got this color because you have so many red, whatever. Being a 49er fan, get something different, but no, it's a clean way to use the logo for sure. It's a cool way.
To be fair to them, D, they have reached out to me and the 49er Faithful UK, and shout out to the residency guys. They are looking at doing a bulk order from us from the UK, but I'm going to have to coordinate getting everybody's money and getting the orders in. But the hats are slowly creeping in over here. But the one that Sean's got was sold out. A lot of the fan base over here wanted that colourway. I think, is it the candlestick? Is that the one you've got, Sean?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's cool.
Sorry, Ryan. We were just talking.
Yeah. Sorry,
It's okay,
Ryan.
guys. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I was just fixing stuff over here. Had to make Dan a new banner for himself, so that way he's all good.
I'd like to say, Sean, that it was me why the likes of Breezy and everybody else started wearing residency hats, but it's not. But it's pretty cool when you tune in and you see John Chapman wearing one, you see Wayne Breezy wearing one, Javier Vega, and you think, I've got the same hat. So
no, for sure, man. Yeah, no, for sure. It seems to be like one of those like things that for sure, like it definitely slowly blew up because of fans on Twitter and stuff like that, and blah blah blah. And now you definitely are seeing it more and more. So it's like, yeah. So as soon as I hopped on, I saw you wearing it. I was like, oh, that's funny.
Well, the my small claim to fame is on Father's Day, the residency released a lot of photographs with people wearing the hats, and they used a photo of me and my daughter and put it on the same tweet as Trent Williams. So that to me I was blown away the fact that everyone was retweeting that. Now they were retweeting it for Trent Williams because obviously he's a legend. But
I love it.
The fact that they put me on the collage with Trent Williams, that was Father's Day made for me.
Very cool.
No, that's cool. No, Trent Williams is awesome. I remember the first preseason game when they showed like a flash of him real quick, like just on the sideline, just talking, hanging out. And he's sitting there like all big with his hoodie on, like 2 massive chains. And like, I was just like, like Trent Williams is such like one of one. And I'm so happy we have him. Like he's one of those players, like I would like him no matter where he was, maybe unless he was like a Cowboy or Seahawk, maybe not then. But I would like him pretty much only because he's just such an awesome football player. But I am very happy that he's on my favorite team for sure.
Speaking of, I'll send you guys some of these. I made these when we were still a candlestick. It kind of looks like Scarface.
Oh, nice.
They're patches.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And this is when I was very frustrated with Jed. Yeah. Jed did have a run there with a lot of the fans that he was getting tore up. I'll get your info and send you guys some.
Oh, I appreciate that. But when Sean was saying there, D, that hoodie Trent Williams got, my missus got me it for Christmas, Sean.
That's awesome.
Trent Williams ripping the sleeves off and wearing it with a chain. Wears it a lot better than I can. But it's always great when you see the players repping the same stuff that you've got. It makes you feel part of the team, especially over here.
Of course, man. Yeah. No, for sure.
A Trent Williams hoodie and just print the chain.
Yeah. It's just do it, bro. Do it.
I haven't got the physique. I'm no Trent Williams. I'm more of a Robbie Gould in my physique, so I don't think I can carry on.
No, it's cool, man. It's always good. Like I have some gear, like a lot of gear, but I definitely like representing on game day for sure.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, Sean, before you joined, so week 1 against the Bears, 49er Faithful UK that I'm part of, we're going to Leeds, which is obviously the 49ers have connection with Leeds United. So there's going to be about 100 49er fans from the UK, all descending on Leeds, going to take over a sports bar, watch the Bears game, so we'll all be repping. So you have to watch out for the footage on social media because that's awesome. Because in the UK, the Premier League is king. So what will happen on that Sunday afternoon? There'll be a lot of people confused. Why is there 100 people in Leeds wearing red and gold? And who's the 49ers that you support? And so we always do it once or twice a year. It's a bit like the John Chapman, Rush takeover where they go to a city.
That's awesome.
So
I love that. Listen, hey, I think it's fantastic that there's that many 49er fans over there that want to do something like that. That's awesome. That's really cool. You guys do that. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If I was there, I would definitely partake in that.
Yeah.
But when I do get over to the States, which is on the plan in the next couple of years, obviously hit everyone. The whole world will know when I'm at Levi's. I may as well just take a GoPro and just have a camera because I will be going crazy when I finally make the journey over there, man.
I also have not been to Levi's. Maybe we should sync it up and we'll just have this two perspectives of the same place, two different perspectives.
There you go. Yeah, I've only been once. I've only been once, so I would definitely. I mean, I do want to go back, but this year I'm going to the Broncos game and the Falcons game.
Oh, Ryan's gone to the Atlanta game.
I'm definitely gonna go as much. I actually work a lot of weekends as well, so when I was growing up and we had Candlestick season tickets,
it was different, of course.
I could get it from work to the game if I had to.
Yeah.
So it's just a whole different scenario now.
No, I get it, man. Yeah.
But I definitely, I mean, you know what? Actually, what really sucked last year, my buddy, his uncle has 50-yard line in the first few rows, and he offered me to go with him. I got sick, didn't know if it was,
Oh, gotcha.
Ended up not having it. He caught it at the game for Trey Lance's first start. So I was like, oh, I should have just gone. But
well,
it happened.
After that story, we have a member of the 49er Faithful UK, number 10's biggest fan. I won't mention his name, but he's number 10's biggest fan. Went out to Levi for the Texans game, finally getting to see his hero in action, and it was Trey Lance's first start. But in my friend's defense, he has come back and he's on board with number 5. And he said number 5 played well in the second half. But it was just quite funny that he's flown up 5,000 miles thinking he's going to get to see his hero in action. And yeah, over Trey Lance. But he did get to see the touchdown pass to Deebo Samuel with his own eyes. So can't argue with that.
I think it helped us, or me, at least my generation. I just turned 40, right? I'm not that young, not that old. But we got frustrated with Montana. We got frustrated with Young. It's okay to be frustrated with your quarterback. And unfortunately, to me, ever since Jimmy's injury, it changed him and the way he threw. The quick release is more of a narrative excuse for the fact he wasn't planning. He wasn't really loading like a quarterback should in reading. And, his recall is a shock. There's a lot of things telling you this guy doesn't really, physically, he's kind of taking a step back, and then B, that's affecting the mental. So you knew at a certain point, no matter how much the ladies love him. I was talking to my mom. I was like, yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to take Jimmy. She's like, I'll take him. We get that, guys, but I want to see him look good on the field, Yeah,
my girls are big Jimmy fans, and I don't think it had much to do with his performance. But you mentioned there about Steve Young and Joe Montana well before my time, but with me having the ruptured Achilles in January, I did a lot of reading, and I read the Bill Walsh Score Takes Care of Itself book. I read the Steve Montana autobiography. I read the Joe autobiography. And it was, like you said, it made me feel as if I was reading something from modern time, reading the Steve Young autobiography and the 2 quarterback controversy and the training. I was like, you could just blank the names out and it could just be inserted for now. But
complete good template, But unfortunately, we love these guys because they do sacrifice themselves for, I don't want to say us, but we respect, what the final goal is, and it just so happens they represent us right now. And it's tough because it's also business. And unfortunately, no matter how well you played, there comes a point where it's time to move on. And it looked like a very beautiful story, especially because, ladies love them. But again, play on the field was disgusting.
Well, we touched upon it before, didn't we? When Denard was cut a couple of weeks ago, a few people were quite shocked. Why was he on the first roster cut? And then Womack balled out against Green Bay. Then Lenore balled out last night, and you think, well, they're getting younger and cheaper at that position. So you can understand why they've made that decision, and especially with the salary cap constraints. And obviously, I was one of those ones that wasn't worried about Debo back in April. I was doing shows with Ryan. I was saying he's not going anywhere. No one's going to trade for him. The contract will get done in training camp. The only thing I was gutted about was Breezy and Chapman gave away a Debo Samuel jersey. And I guess the contract will be signed on the 2nd of August. And I think they signed it on the 1st of August. So I was like, God damn you, Debo. I could have waited a day and I might have been a chance to win a jersey. But all jokes aside, we always do our business in training camp. So I wasn't worried. But I think the only downside, I suppose, is Trey hasn't had that connection with Debo. You've seen him work with Danny Gray. You've seen him work with Brandon Ayuk, OTAs, training camp. But Debo's Debo. I think it'll be when the season starts.
Yeah, I think there was a little more. I really actually felt the Debo situation. I felt like you, like, oh, it'll get done. You're not going to lose that guy. Actually, there's two things. I love Debo. Don't hear this the wrong way. But Debo would not have been able to do what he did last season 10 years ago against linebackers in the NFL. Like a Ray Lewis. He tried to switch back against Ray Lewis or Patrick Willis. Plays over. These are smaller linebackers in the league. So has a little more power on his side as far as that kind of matchup. But when it came to the contract talks, I always felt that was a bit of a smokescreen because we could not get rid of Jimmy. That became the dominant narrative, and then the Debo drama kind of came about. So I always felt that was a smokescreen.
I suppose with me having a Rams fan across the road and the fact that they just turn the salary cap off like you do in Madden, I was never worried about the salary cap because every time I bump into him when I'm walking the dog, they seem to sign a new player, and I was like, hang on a minute, it says you've got no money, yet how are you signing players? It's just a magical, mythical beast that can be manoeuvred. And you look at Debo's contract, yet again, it's team friendly. It was about right with the others that were in the agent's house, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf, all got the same ones. I was just saying, Sean, yesterday I was at a flag football tournament, and the team that I'm signed for, but I haven't played yet, I have 3 Seahawks fans. So there was 2 other 49er fans there that I didn't know, and obviously we got chatting. And listening to them talk about who's best out of Geno Smith or Drew Lock. Not going to lie, I was very smug, thinking you've tortured me for 10 years with Russell Wilson. Now is the time for you to suffer.
I totally agree, and I would have been smug too, and I might even drop some kind of like snarky comments as well. I'm not even going to try to lie. Well, I might have even been, like definitely would try to make a joke or not, because that's just, that combination right there is just wow.
Well, if you follow me on social, you'll have seen we have our own flag in it's the UK flag, but in the red and gold colours with the SF logo. And I always take it whenever I go somewhere in case I can get a cheeky photo. And yesterday, the 49er fans were pausing for the photos in front of these Seahawks fans. It was brilliant, man.
I love it. No, I love it. I can't stand, like I said, the Cowboys and Seahawks are like, those are the 2 teams that, obviously, like, you don't like any division teams, but when I just see those 2 logos, like, I just feel a different type of way.
Yeah, that was the one team that I actually hated in the NFL, and then I've joined this team, and obviously there's 2 friends of mine that were Seahawks. To be fair to them, they have been all right. Obviously, I rocked up 49ers hat on, 49ers hoodie. They had the Seahawks stuff, and like you've just said there, Sean, my first thought was, bloody Seahawks. I hate the Seahawks, but they were probably saying the same about me. Bloody 49ers fan. So,
of course they. Oh no, they definitely do. Oh no, they hate us. Oh no, for sure. Oh no, it's a rivalry. There's no doubt about it. It's 100% a rivalry.
Oh,
I mean, it might not be as classic as like Raiders, Niners, or obviously Cowboys, Niners, and stuff like that. But even Giants, Niners. But no. Like Seahawks, Niners, like we don't like each other.
I always felt the tide really turned when we lost Julian Peterson to Seattle. They didn't.
I could see that. I mean, I could see that.
Because he came from us. We were kind of just starting our downtrend, really. And he was dominating them. And I'll just never forget him pointing to the back of his jersey, because that's what it was about. It's like, you didn't pay me.
I know.
And,
I remember.
And the neon. So, like, I'm disgusted more so by Seattle, honestly, than Dallas. Because when you lose to Dallas, we knew they were almost – it was like losing or beating Bizarro U. We were so similar in the way we were.
No, it was. I know, but that's what. Yeah, but that's what it is. Like, and also just because I think for me with Dallas is because they also won just as much, so we can't really say like, oh, like we were better or this and that, you know. So
Yeah.
like, you know, so it's like,
I
oh, like I wish we could have got one more over you, you know. That's why. Like, screw
Yeah.
the Cowboys, bro.
When Seattle was really started beating us up for a while, it was because our franchise was just like we had our ownership. There was a lot of transferring going on, and Seattle saw it as, oh, we're better. Well, no. Now that we really have our structure set and we've been building on that for a while, we are who we are. And they're all Pete Carroll. When Pete Carroll's gone, they are absolute.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, honestly, we're kind of doing a lot like what they did when they went on their run. You know, we're building that defense. You know, we're obviously getting a bunch of weapons, and then we're going to try to make a run with the young quarterback that can move, that can get around, can make splashy plays when needed. Same kind of not saying they're the same kind of quarterbacks. But I'm saying like the same type of like, you know, the basic blueprint. The basic
they are
blueprint.
though. You're right. They are, because I think Russell Wilson at first they saw him as more of a runner, but they didn't realize he is a pocket guy. But he needs to get around the corner to see.
Yeah.
Lance is on a platform not many people ever have, like Herbert. You know, even Allen, like big and mobile. You know,
that's what I'm saying. No. Listen, like his ceiling is like the same as like you would say, like you just said, like a Josh Allen's. You know, because he's the kind of guy that can move. That's probably going to run for like 400 or 500, 600 yards every year, but also could potentially throw for like 3,500 plus.
And I don't think we've seen a deep ball like Lance's in a while, though. The way it drops, he's
very good at it, man.
He's got, because they were saying, you know, he was overthrowing and things like that. No, he just needs to get comfortable. You know?
Yeah, he did, bro. He just he needs to throw some. He's a quarterback, bro. Especially to who he's going to be throwing to. No, throwing the deep ball for him is not a problem at all, man. It's a flick of the wrist. It's 45, 50 yards.
But I love it's literally on the other side of the defender. It's great. The way it drops down. It's beautiful.
No,
it's
he's good, man. No, he should be good, man. Just give him time, you know, because listen, he's still young. As far as like, I mean, give him time to like throw, like, you know, so line, we got to hope the line holds up and stuff. But like we said, I mean, the majority of all these preseason games, we haven't really seen a lot of McGlinchey, and obviously Trent Williams has been playing. So
totally.
And when one player can lock up basically one entire side, that does make a difference.
It was good to see McGlinchey take the field against Green Bay. Like you said, Sean, I know he only played the one.
Yeah, he played a little bit, yeah.
But like you said there, we're not risking, you know, you don't need to see Trent Williams. Burford has impressed me. He's looked good in training camp. He looks to have nailed that right guard position. But before we move off from Trey, I have a good friend who is a Green Bay fan. He loves Aaron Rodgers. And he's got it pigeonholed that Trey Lance is a runner first. And I've loved having discussions with him this week, Sean. It's like, have you watched the footage? His eyes rolls down the field. He's always looking for the receiver. But yes, he has got the legs if needed. But I think a lot of people who maybe aren't 49ers fans and are just listening to the outside noise about Trey Lance, I'm hoping they're going to be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. I mentioned it. I think it was right after the game or the first preseason game. My favorite play, actually, Trey Lance in the first preseason game was when he did do that scramble, because one, it showed me, okay, there's an element that we haven't had in a long time. But then number two, the whole entire time he made that run, obviously, until he had to go, obviously, get in a formation and slide, his eyes were downfield, and go look where his arm is. He's still looking to throw. He had the ball up here. His eyes were downfield. He was still looking to throw, but at the very last second, we knew he couldn't anymore. He finally tucked it, and then he was smart enough to slide. So, no, honestly, that was my favorite play. Because, listen, of course, I like seeing the deep pass, yes, but I don't want to say I expect it, but I kind of do. But those other small things, like that's what I need to start seeing now. Like if he's going to be a really good quarterback, I need to see little small things like that, and he showed me.
What you point out, that's huge, because what he's doing when he's sliding like that, those are the little things that are actually, that's what you do when you don't have anyone open. But
of course,
it creates time for you. So that's a veteran move. Yeah, as long he keeps taking these little steps up, he just keeps going up. We're not looking for Michael Jordan jumps. Just keep going up, because he has a great insulation around him.
No, 100%. Like I said, I mean the sky is definitely the limit. It absolutely is. But if he's already, you know, slowly going through progressions like this already, and kind of like his eyes are downfield and he's aware of what's going on already, he doesn't look lost and is looking to run. That's a huge sign for a quarterback that knows that he can run. You know, he wants to pass. That's a great sign.
Totally. Love it.
Yeah, before you guys go on, if it's okay with you, Paul, I grabbed some pictures that you had on Twitter, and I want to share them to you guys. Okay. I
Feel
think you.
free.
I think you know exactly what I'm going to put up, so I'm going to put them up anyway. Give me a couple seconds here.
If it's on social media, I don't mind you sharing.
I just want to make sure it's all good with you first before I did anything. Here you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's from yesterday. So he was the QB from the opposing team. And he was
Awesome.
straight over with the 49ers hat on. And I take the flag with me everywhere, gents, because we're trying to grow our presence in the UK. So
I love
straight
that
away, I was
flag.
like,
No,
let's
I
go.
love it, man. I absolutely love that.
So,
That's cool, man. That's very, very cool.
and the next one, the young lad had, he had 40. I think when you put the next one on Ryan, I think, no, that's Eric. So basically, Sean, we've got a lot of these flags going around the UK. And what we've said to our members is, wherever you are, get a photograph. So Eric's out in Singapore at the moment, and he's at a World
Okay, I
Heritage.
gotcha.
So what we're trying to do is just show that the 49ers are worldwide, not just in the UK. But there was another young lad yesterday, Ryan, the second photo I shared. He had number 49 as his jersey number for his flag football team. So I knew straight away he was a 49ers fan. It was awesome, man.
I don't think I
That's
saw
awesome.
that one.
That's very cool, man. That is very, very cool. If I was out traveling the country and I happened to come across that flag, I would definitely make a comment. I would definitely say a Go Niners or say something for sure.
Well,
I bet that is awesome.
Now, if you look,
the
go ahead, Paul. I'm
playoff
sorry,
game.
guys.
Sorry.
Sorry.
We had someone at the playoff game, Sean. So from the community, there was always someone at the game. And at Dallas, Nate Burlinson saw the flag and come straight over and was like, "You guys from the UK, that flag is awesome." And he paused for a photograph. So I mean, that just shows you, what the measure of where we're going with that. But
That's cool.
Club 85 originated, Sean, because when the 75 jersey came out last year, we only basically had a few choices. And by the time we all got to ordering, George Kittle seemed to be very popular on this side of the pond. And when we had our meet-up, basically there was 99% of us in 85. So I said, look, get the flag, get a photo. And there was about 20 of us in 85 jerseys, and we clubbed it Club 85, and George Kittle retweeted that tweet. So obviously, as you can imagine, we can't not mark Club 85 if George Kittle's retweeting it, man.
No, for sure. That's cool. That's awesome. I love it. That's really cool.
Yeah, I saw him on there, Paul. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try to take him, and I asked him before I put him on. I asked him if he was all
And
confirmed
the
with him.
guy taking the photo,
So-
Sean's a Seahawks fan. So I had great satisfaction that he not only had to take the photo, he had to stand and stare at two 49er fans. And then afterwards, we had the conversation about Geno
That's
Smith
right.
or Drew Lock.
That's right. Deal with it, buddy. That's what I would have said.
You know,
They are
that's right.
hoping to get number 10, the two on my team. They're hoping that we're going to cut number 10 in time for them to pick him up. But they're reluctantly going with Geno Smith, was who they were saying yesterday.
I know that's crazy to me.
Sorry about
I mean,
that.
Sorry,
No,
man.
you're
Talk
good,
to
man.
me.
No,
Don't worry about
that's absolutely crazy to me, man. I mean, I may have my my thoughts on Jimmy G on the negative sides, not all bad, but some. But he definitely, I think, is better than Geno Smith and Drew Lock. I would have to imagine when we release him, I'm sure the Seahawks will take a long look at him. But yeah, it's just interesting.
You know, Paul, that's where I got my idea, right? You know that, right? You know, no idea what I'm talking about the banner.
Yeah.
When I see that, I say, you know what? I'm going to combine the American flag and UK flag together. That was my idea to do it. And I did the colors myself, and I braided them all up. That's why you see that.
I say every time, I still feel humble now talking to Sean and Dee. I'm just a lad in the UK that fell in love with the 49ers in the NFL. So when you get to come on a show and you two gentlemen give me the respect that I feel humble that you're not shouting over me, you're not talking down on my opinion. I've never played a down of proper football before, but I love the game and I put my time in and come on a show and talk football with Americans who don't think, oh, what's this guy talking from over the pond? It's always makes me feel quite humble. So thank you for that, gents.
No, thank you.
Absolutely. No. So thank you. And thank you for your time as well. It's been a pleasure. And like I said, and thank you for representing the Niner faithful over across the pond, and keep it up, man. Any support we can do from over here, we'll do it, man. But yeah, no, it's been great. This has been very cool.
Paul, you know me. I'm very
thank
happy for it, man. You know I am, man. Go ahead, man.
Ryan,
You're good.
Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Ryan, we're going to have to wrap up in a minute. You've got time to spend with your family on your birthday.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
No. Keep it to yourselves. I don't want it. It's just another day. It's all it is to me. It's another year. It's all it is.
No, but still, man.
I'm just very happy to do this with y'all, no matter what. You know that.
I'm too. I don't like to celebrate my birthday. I don't really care, but it's good to know, to be acknowledged. Everyone should be acknowledged at a certain point, no matter if it's your birthday or what. But I'm just meeting you guys again for the first time, really get to know you guys. And, I didn't tell you, Paul, my family, I'm a 4th generation funeral director, so I always look for blessings to count, and we should always, every day is a blessing. And this is your birthday's a reminder that you're blessed. So
I didn't know if I wanted to share this now or wait till you guys went off. But believe me, I was crying yesterday. I was crying. Yeah, grown men cry, I know. The fellas were talking on chat on the text message, and Mikey said, if we win the Super Bowl this year, I'm flying everybody out here to celebrate with us for the parade. And then I said, I wish I had the money for the plane ticket. And then he told me, Ryan, if we win the Super Bowl this year, I'm flying you out here. I said, no, I don't want it. I want to pay for myself if I come out there. And he wants me to fly me out to a game next year, just one home game. And I said, I don't want to hand-me-downs. That's the way I am. I don't like hand-me-downs. But then the guys that said, it's not a hand-me-down. We're brothers. We're family. I swear to God, as soon as Mikey said that, Ryan, you brought us together. You brought us together. And that's what it got me right there. I just started going, yes, Mikey, you got me. I started crying yesterday. I couldn't hold myself back.
That's awesome, man. That's what life's about.
That's when all the text messages came in. Mav, Money Mav, Coach Ron, everybody just came in with the text messages. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And I just started bawling out. So
I don't
think damn right, good man, good damn.
I think everyone would. I don't think it should be looked at as a hand-me-down. I think it's people who are really appreciative, and the situation would mean that much more with you being there. You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, it's little things in life mean a lot, and your effort here, it might not be that much to you, but like Trey Lance, it all adds up, and we're just trying to.
Yep.
And I would love to throw down on you coming out here if we win that Super Bowl. Get after it.
Every story has a beginning, man.
For sure.
I'm just happy to do this. That's all it is. It's my honor doing all this, to put this all together. I can't believe it. And yes, in 2 more months, I will probably be crying on air. It's been 2 years. It'll be 1 year since I started this whole thing. So
awesome.
And I'll talk about that when it comes up. I'll talk about that when it comes up, how I first started with it. So it won't be till then. Don't worry about it. So, but yeah, when I started the whole thing, it got I can't believe how far it went right now. Can't believe it. Wonderful Paul from UK got the idea for Faithful Empire, and it just came all together with me. And I'm very happy for you, Paul, for being here, man. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. I mean, you talk about family. I've got my other half upstairs with 3 kids packing because we're going on a family holiday tomorrow. So I promised my other half I'd probably do an hour on the shorter game. Over that, but she supports my love for the 49ers. She loves that I'm trying to get into the content creating game. Like I said, come September when the season starts, gents, I have 2 TVs set up in the front room permanently for February. I have Red Zone on one, the 49er game on the other. I do all the podcasts. I watch all the shows. She absolutely knows my love for all things 49ers. And like I said, birthdays, you're right, I'm 42. Birthdays to me, it's just another number. But we're having 3 kids. They like to celebrate. And every year they always get me something 49er related that I haven't asked for, which is awesome. Whether it's a watch, whether it's a book, whether it's a jersey. So on that note, Ryan, I am going to jump off because...
I got you. I got you guys. No problem. You guys can jump off.
I am following both of you guys on Twitter. I make no apologies. I do tweet a lot of 49er stuff, but I'm sure you gents won't mind. And I'm sure we will touch base again soon. Thanks for your time, and I'll chat to you later.
Man. Yeah, man. Later, guys.
Later,
Be in touch
guys.
soon, man. Go Niners.
Love
Connect.
you all. Love you all.
Happy birthday,
man.
bro.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Yeah,
Man.
happy
Thanks a lot,
birthday,
Dan.
man. Enjoy it, bro. Enjoy
Thank you,
yourself.
Sean.
Talk
Later,
to you
guys.
later.
Got you guys. Later on, guys. Oh boy, I got choked up. I'm sorry. I know 2 people are watching right now. Probably one, my wife, probably. But yeah, it got to me. I didn't realize how big it was going to get. It got to me a little bit. So I've been getting have birthdays all morning and so far all afternoon. So I thank you all very much. Really do. It's really an honor, pleasure doing this. And like I said, in at least 2 months when I started this whole thing last year. And I'll go through that when it comes up to the point. Because, it's just something that got to me last night when I was talking to fellas on text message. And like I was telling the guys on here that, it really got to me about I don't like hand downs. I don't. But no, it's like brotherhood. I know, I understand that. It's all family. It's a faithful. We're all together. So, when it comes up to that point of telling you guys what's been going on, how it started, I'll do it. And I'll share my love to you guys about it. All right? So, now, take the emotional stuff out of me. I don't want it no more. Because I had enough emotion for the last 24 hours. So, first of all, for comments, I want to thank Maria for coming in here. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. And fist bump to you, too. Panama. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. So, thank you, Panama Queen. Thank you very much, girl. Thank you. All right. And, of course, I never thought I'd be getting it, but thank you very much, Brian Culp. Don't kill me if I butcher your name. I'm sorry. So, Brian Culp, thank you very much for birthday wish, man. Thank you. And, of course, say this one. Happy birthday for Breezy. Thank you, Breezy. It's truly an honor, pleasure. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. All right. So, okay. Like I said, I was gonna get that stuff out of me, but now, and one person watching is probably my wife right now. Everybody else jumped off, so it's all good. But I want to thank you all very much for coming in here for the Faithful Empire. That's powered by the Red and Gold 24/7. All right. Of course, I want to thank Paul for coming in here, and of course Sean, the new guy that started yesterday. Dan, cool guys, very good guys. Thank you all for coming in here. Thank you for your time. All right, talking our football, talking our Niners, and I'm sure we'll be ready for next week against the friggin' Texans. So, just think about it. We won't be back home until till third week. Damn, just think about that. We're on the road. We're on the road for 4 games. If you think about it, we're on the road starting this week. That's went past. Then Texans next week, and then the Bears game, and then the Seahawks game. So we're on the road four games in a row. Of course, for that, the first 2 don't even count because they're preseason. But then we have first 2 regular season. Then we go back home finally. So it's going to be one hell of a season. I'm going to enjoy it and love it. Basically, I just love doing this. I do. You guys are my second family, put it that way. Because, family always comes first. Real family always comes first. That's why I always say it to everybody else. So, basically, all emotions out of me. I'm all good. Do my plug. Of course, Mav. You can catch some combo with Mav Cato on Tuesday nights. That's his Twitter handle. YouTube on IG. Of course, That Night Life. All right. Hashtag That Night Life with Coach Ron. At our times on Monday nights, Spotify, YouTube, and Twitter. Hopefully he'll be here. Hopefully he'll be on tomorrow night. We don't know yet. He wasn't here last week, but hopefully this week he'll be on there, and I'm sure he'll be letting everybody know on Twitter that he's doing a show tomorrow night. So, but he'll keep us updated about it though. And of course, Drewski, I know he's right in the middle of his moving. I know he's not ready to come back yet and start his podcast, By His Deep Podcast. So that's his Twitter handle. And like I said, it's still coming soon. It really is. Give a shout out to my fellas, all my fellas. GM Mikey. you got me last night, man, with that text message. You did. But love you for it, though. I mean, you know I do. You know I love all you guys. So GM Mikey, that's his Twitter handle. TJ, that's his Twitter handle. And of course, I got a shout out to the UK gentleman, Nick the Kingsman Welsh. All right, that's his Twitter handle. Of course, 49 Faithful UK, Paul Hope, and it's Club 85. And of course, I'm going to do all the other people. Denise, that's her Twitter handle. All right, because they're popping up on me. Gavin, I know I haven't seen in a while, but I hope he's okay. Hope you're doing okay, Gavin. Come on back whenever you're ready, man. All right, it's all good. Give a shout out to CarCast, his Twitter handle, and of course that's his. Go on YouTube. He has a little YouTube channel to go to. But he's a cool kid, really cool kid. He's only 15 years old. 15 years old. Damn. He's a long life ahead of him, and if he'll do good on this. He's talking about Niners and all, you know, talking about life and all that stuff too. That's what I love talking about. So here's Sean. That's the Twitter handle. Of course, I'm gonna give a shout out to the other UK gentleman over there, Ashley. And of course, newcomer Dan. That's the Twitter handle. He's a very great guy. I didn't know he was Irish. Did not know it. Half Irish. I did not know it. Yes, my wife. I told him on the show. Yes, my wife is full Irish, and she's half Czechoslovakian. If I can say, I don't know if I can say that right, but she's that. That's her nationality. Very, very great woman. And right now, she's working right now. She's working. She's probably one of the people actually listening to me right now. So, yeah, basically, she works at Denny's, and she's a cook there, and she is a great cook. She can cook. So you can't say we don't have food in this house. We do have food in this house, no matter what. So, and then, of course, I know a lot of people have their difference about them, but I always going to shout out to them no matter what. Nick Cork, that's Shen Club NFL. Of course, that's his Twitter handle. They're the times, and of course, on Saturdays. But he wasn't here. I guess he didn't do a show this weekend because he never gave me an invitation. I don't think he ever came on there because I never got a YouTube notification for him. So I don't know. So I hope he's okay, though. I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay, Nick. All right. So that's basically what I got for you guys. It's basically all it is. And like I said, hopefully Coach Ron will be doing his show tomorrow night. We'll be on it with him. All the fellas will be on with him. And hopefully all the fellas will be on it with him. And we'll be all good to go, you know? So, yeah. And I should say, Red and Gold 24/7. We'll be back. Definitely should be, hopefully, Thursday night. All right, on Thursday night. And 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And we'll be live in color. All right. So, very happy doing this. And I'll be seeing you guys later. And with the fellas, of course, they'll be seeing you guys later. All right. Like I always say, keep the faith. Never lose hope. All right, guys. We're out of here. Later.